Good morning. Welcome back to the War Room. I am Malik. Today is Friday, April 10th. Yesterday morning, we warned you about the most catastrophic whiplash in modern financial history. The 14-day U.S.-Iran ceasefire collapsed overnight. Israel struck Lebanon. Tehran reclosed the Strait of Hormuz, and the domestic 520 rupee diesel nightmare instantly returned. Every single algorithmic model dictated that the KSE-100 was going to violently bleed out yesterday, but the tape did not crash. The market was forcefully held hostage, shedding a mere 293 points to close essentially flat at roughly 165,500. Retail traders are confused, but the institutional terminal feeds are exposing the darkest reality of the global financial system. The ceasefire was never meant to last. It was a globally coordinated, multi-billion-dollar insider extraction event. Today, we dissect the anatomy of the 888 million share standoff, and I will show you exactly how global insiders front-ran the piece, looted the Pakistani market, and left the sovereign market makers holding the bag. Let us analyze the pure tape mechanics of Thursday's unnatural stability. 2 days ago, the PSX experienced a 1.2 billion share God candle. At the exact same moment, in New York, unknown entities executed $1.5 billion in S&P 500 futures and dumped $580 million into oil shorts, exactly 15 minutes before the U.S. president announced the ceasefire. The timeline is mathematically undeniable. Global insiders knew the Islamabad Accord was happening before the public did. They injected billions into the PSX at the absolute bottom, artificially pumped the index 14,000 points, and the second the ceasefire was announced, their algorithms initiated a massive sell-off to retail traders who thought the war was over. Then the war resumed. The insiders vanished with their billions. Yesterday, the main board traded 888.5 million shares, but the market breadth was overwhelmingly negative. 290 companies declined, while only 162 advanced. The 165K floor only held because Pakistani sovereign funds stepped in and systematically absorbed nearly 900 million shares of panic selling. The state is paying out of its own pocket to prevent a systemic collapse caused by global market manipulation. Free market mechanics have been completely suspended. The index might be artificially protected by the state, but the corporate boardrooms cannot hide the fundamental damage. Today is Friday, April 10th, and the PSX calendar is flashing severe structural pulses across the cement, textile, and chemical sectors. Mark your screens. 10 a.m., the Crescent Textile Mills Limited, holding an emergency mystery meeting in Faisalabad for matters other than financials. With the global insiders gone and the Strait of Hormuz shut down again, the textile sector is trapped right back in the 520 rupee diesel kill zone. A restructuring meeting here signals massive operational distress. 10:30 a.m., Atak Cement Pakistan Limited, dropping third quarterly accounts in Rawalpindi. Cement margins are entirely dependent on freight. This earnings report will reveal the absolute fundamental destruction caused by the doubled transport costs, completely bypassing the fake 165K market floor. 10:30 a.m., Dyna Pakistan Limited, another mystery non-financial meeting hitting the tape in Karachi. The chemical board is aggressively restructuring their supply chains to survive the closed energy grid. Here is your battle plan for Friday. 1. The artificial floor. The 165K line is not a fundamental support level. It is a sovereign barricade. Do not short it because you cannot outspend the state's liquidity, but absolutely do not buy it because the underlying economy is burning. 2. Friday phobia. Today is Friday. No sane institutional portfolio manager is going to hold artificial risk over a war-torn weekend when global insiders just drained the market's liquidity. Expect the algorithms to aggressively test the sovereign market maker's resolve into the closing bell. 3. Total cash supremacy. The tape is lying to you. The breadth is negative, the volume is panicked, and the boardrooms are restructuring. The insiders made their billions. Do not let them take yours. Keep your armor on, hold your capital, and command the Friday. Disclaimer: StockSense is an educational platform. I am an analyst, not a financial advisor. The market is facing unprecedented geopolitical volatility. Trade at your own risk.